Today marks 5 years since a destructive tornado tore through parts of Columbus, causing millions of dollars in destruction. Caitlin Yateman talked to some of those who were on the front lines of the relief efforts. She's joining us in the studio tonight with more on that. Caitlin.
Andrea, 5 years ago, an EF3 tornado tore through North Columbus, killing one person and destroying homes, businesses, and a school. But that wasn't the end of the story. The Columbus community stepped up to bring relief to those affected. These green spaces used to be homes and apartment buildings. This was until a tornado tore through North Columbus on February 23, 2019.
It was total devastation throughout the north side of Lowndes County, all the way down through Tuscaloosa Road on into Alabama. And it was a lot of major damage. A lot of homes were destroyed, completely destroyed. Power lines were everywhere. There were some trees down, but the most thing I saw was debris from homes and businesses.
Lowndes County Emergency Management Director Cindy Lawrence was on the front lines helping with relief. She said the event hit close to home for her.
One of the things that was personal for me is because it was a neighborhood in which I grew up in. And I knew a lot of the elderly people who still live in that neighborhood. And it was so overwhelming for me to just walk the street to see the devastation and to see the look on a lot of those person's faces. And it was heart-wrenching for me. I'll just be on the heart-wrenching for me to to talk to them and try to work with them. But I knew my job. I knew I had to do whatever I had to do to make to help them get to sort of where they were the day before the storm happened.
To make matters worse, many of those hardest hit didn't have home insurance.
It's very heart-wrenching because you don't get the immediate assistance that you need when you don't have insurance. You're kind of on a waiting list of receiving help.
Although there is only so much you can do to prepare for a disaster, Lawrence said emergency management tries their best to be there and be prepared.
We do 3 exercises a year, and we had done an exercise on a tornado that September. And because we're no stranger to tornadoes here in Lowndes County, we're much better prepared, for the disaster. As I tell people, we cannot stop the storm, but we can be prepared and be there to assist the community when a storm hits, and that's exactly what we did.
But emergency management didn't handle relief on its own. The community stepped up to help. Lee Burdine was part of the United Methodist Church's Committee on Relief. He recounts how the community came together to help.
We applied for a grant to the United Methodist Church, the UMCOR group, and they awarded us almost $1.4 million. We had volunteers from around the community and from around the country that came in. And then from there, we were able to start rebuilding homes. We probably had 27 homes and lots of roofs, and other groups also participated in that. But it was so gratifying to see the community come together and help on that.
Local response to the tornado also gave rise to Community Recovery of Lowndes County, a local organization that responds in times of disaster.